Hi, everybody. Welcome back to RBL Weekly. I'm Sarah Keller, and I have some awesome news for you guys. We have our first ever league event coming out on Halloween night at the Comedy Store. You can get your tickets at thecomedystore.com. It will be our first big league event where we're flying in battlers from all over the world. It's the reason we're doing this podcast. We're trying to showcase the best of the best. So get your tickets online at thecomedystore.com and get stoked for it, y'all. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to RBL Weekly. I am Sarah Keller. I have no Pat Barker this week again because he's still roboting it up. So joining me is the champ, Frank Castillo.
Yes, forever unemployed, Frank Castillo. I'm always available.
Yeah. There's no shame in that, buddy.
No, not at all.
I love it. You're living your best life.
Absolutely. You know, wife makes a lot of money. I get to smoke a lot of weed.
What more could you ever want from life?
No, man, it's like winning the lottery.
Yeah. The weed lottery.
Yeah,
the pottery? Nope,
yeah.
that's not a different word that means something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We're a little slap happy this morning, so let's get right
into it. I'm excited.
Our first battle this week comes out of New York, our number 5 battle. It features Diego, I forgot the last name already.
Diego Mata?
Diego Mata and Evan Eaton.
Ethan Mead. Holy shit.
What?
It's Diego Mata versus Ethan Mead in New York for our number 5 battle.
All right, a lot of white guys in comedy look like school shooters. Not Ethan. He looks more like the cop that stands outside the school while he waits for the shooter to finish.
Diego, you look like if Pinocchio threw up air quotes when he has to be a real boy. Here's a fun fact about Diego. When he goes to Chili's and orders a virgin mudslide, everyone on the waitstaff starts tickling him until he shits his pants.
For those of you who don't know, Ethan lives at home with his fat mom in Brooklyn. And works as a mover and security guard. Yeah, moving her from the toilet to the fridge. I'm not done. And guarding food from falling out of her mouth.
So when you texted me earlier, hey, is your mom fat?
I'd already written it.
That's what
I assumed.
Damn.
I loved that.
What a delight.
That was a tough one because at first I thought, was the gentleman on the right, that's Ethan?
Ethan, yeah.
Ethan. The gentleman on the right I thought was doing well, and then the guy on the left made that fucking mom joke, and I don't know why that just made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I will be honest, I didn't think it was that great, but like they were having such a good time.
Yeah, no, it made me, I don't know, there's something funny about making someone fun. Like, it's always so tough in a roast battle to make fun of someone that's not involved in the battle, but that one, I don't know why, that just made me laugh so hard. It was like, he lives with this fat mom. There's just something funny about that sentence.
Well, yeah, it's reminiscent of like old school, like, yo, mama's so fat, but not saying that.
Yeah. Well, it's also just funny as like, it's like that thing of like making, like when you're at school and you get to make fun of someone's parents. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yes.
That. I don't know. That's just really, like, it hit a special place for me. I don't know why.
Oh, well, that's nice. They did look like two like school buddies, just like
they
poking
do. They
fun
seem
at
like
each
a
other.
lot of friends. They seem like two very good friends, and you could just tell from the, I don't know, just how good of a time they had. It made us have a good time.
Yeah.
Those are the battles I like to see. But the guy on the God, I forgot his name. Was it Ethan?
Ethan, yeah.
Ethan. The joke about the mudslide. I love a weird, like a weird odd joke. That's what I love. Where it was like they ordered a virgin mudslide where they just tickled him until he shit himself. I don't know why. That's just such a funny visual.
Yeah.
And such a funny, like, I don't know, scenario. I really dug it.
I liked that Diego's joke, the mama joke, just kept like it got a laugh off of
the setup.
The setup. And then the middle, and then the tag. Like, it was the joke that kept on giving.
Sometimes things fall off immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes the setup is funnier than the rest of the joke. But this one had, like, as it kept going, everyone started laughing even harder and harder and harder.
And I do think you were right about the them having fun. Because, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, why are they laughing so hard at you live with your fat mom? But then watching them double over in laughter, I was like, Okay, and I can't help but like giggle at this.
Yeah, exactly.
That was great. They were so fun. Let's move on to our number 4 battle. Comes out of the belly room. I think you've already seen this, maybe live.
Yeah, I was there. I think I judged this.
Okay, perfect. Well, our next battle, number 4, is Nico Denisi versus Effie Lowinger.
Can I just say that it's an honor to be battling the spokesman for roofie-flavored alcohol. As a bisexual man, Effie has no sexual preferences. Woman, man, yes, no, it's all the same to him.
Nico is a flat-chested transgendered woman who doesn't have a cock, also known as the best of no worlds.
Effie is what they call in the bisexual community a unicorn because he's a gay slut nobody believes in.
Oh, come on. I felt a little disappointed because with all that testosterone you're taking, I really thought you'd hit a home run. Nico grew up a Christian girl who dressed like a boy. That little cunt disappointed a lot of priests.
Effie says he's a life coach, but that's only because you can't put gay for pay on a tax return.
All the letters in Nico are also in Pinocchio, which makes sense because you have a giant nose and you'll never be a real boy.
Oh my God. Listen, there's no one meaner to gay people than other gay people. The LGBT community is not nice to each other when they're on the roast battle. It's so funny.
Yeah, I kept getting distracted between watching them and watching your reaction.
Man, I love it. Well, I think it's so fun too when you have two people from community that is like, when you do comedy, you're not supposed to make fun of right? These people. No, you're not supposed to make fun of, right? Punch down on minority groups, right?
Yep. But they're not punching down, they're punching across.
Yeah, they're punching at each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so funny to see because you get to see people kind of just take away the not the rules, but just kind of like what we wouldn't do in like regular comedy and stuff, right? Because it's like, you're not going to get a fucking audition if you make fun of this person, right? But like, this is like fucking hilarious.
Right.
And they both like each other.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just such a refreshing take to see so much hate towards gay people, you know what I mean? In like a very safe place. I like
Roast battle is the least safe place.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Everyone is open target, and yet no one is.
Because no one could say anything as brutal to each other than those two. And that's kind of the fun part about it, where you're just like, holy shit.
Exactly. So I think the lesson we got from this is more gay battles.
Yeah. More gay battles.
More gay battles.
I love drag queen battles. I love so many queer battles. It's because you get to see them like make fun of you get to see them really fucking cut loose. And it's, I've been a big Nico fan since they showed up, and I've only seen them get better. Same thing with Effie. I've even told them, when they first started, they weren't that good, and then I've seen them become the person they are now, and I'm like, they're getting better, and I'm really, really stoked to see what else they do. Yeah,
I would agree. They both have clearly put in work to get their jokes better, and I mean, Effie is still relatively new, but from his first battle to this one, oh my God, literally not even night and day different, night in a different dimension.
Yeah, night and gay. It's crazy. It's so, such a...
and Nico, we haven't seen them in a while.
They're like a Pokemon. Every time they come back, it's just a new evolution. You know what I mean? Just better and better. Just new attacks. I dig it.
Frank, man, you are just firing on all cylinders this morning, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. All right, our next battle, our number 3 battle, comes out of Tokyo. Are you excited for this one?
I love Tokyo. Yeah.
Love Tokyo. You went and did battle there, right? Mm-hmm. How you judged or you battled?
2 weeks I judged.
And was it awesome?
It was amazing because a lot of expats come out, and then you get to also see, it's I don't want to say infants, but you get to see young comics in a place that isn't, America or a traditional comedy place, and you get to see them do their thing. And it's also culturally speaking, you get to see how Japanese people handle roast battle and Japanese people are fucking mean, dog. And it's like really funny, but it's like mean in it's like, you've dishonored everybody. And it's like such a weird but funny fucking thing. Like the way they like backhand say some shit to each other. It's really great. I love the Tokyo battles.
All right. Well, let's watch this next one. Our number 3 battle feature is Kat Randall versus Sean Flanagan.
Now, I want to celebrate Kat for a minute. Kat and I share very similar journeys. We both came out later in life. Well, I came out later in life. She came out ancient in life. And now most queer people who come out have a glow-up phase, like I am now a majestic butterfly, and apparently she stopped at moth. Kat's favorite thing is that she has the bi haircut. Honey, take it from me, nobody would buy that haircut.
Sean also, yes, he came out later in life, immediately jumped into a year-long relationship, then had a brief slut phase, then immediately moved to South Korea to be with the man he would eventually marry. Sean, you're not a gay man. You're a lesbian with a limp wrist.
Something you may not know about Kat, she graduated from the most prestigious clown college in the United States. No, not Trump University, an actual clown school, but that's not actually the joke. Her time there ended kind of sadly. Her grandfather passed away a week before graduation. Yeah, his last words were, "I just don't want to live in a world where my granddaughter's a clown."
Sean was in a fraternity, and that normally just means that he had to pay for friends in college. But in his case, considering, it basically means that he was paying a bunch of male strippers who didn't realize they were working the pole. How many times did you have to practice saying "no homo" in the mirror before it sounded convincing? Because I don't think it ever did. When they said Greek life, I don't think that they meant that Greek life.
Well, being in a fraternity is actually really expensive, but I was lucky that I paid my dues in other ways. When Kat graduated from clown college, she packed up her red nose and her talents and moved to New York City, which I want to give you a lot of credit. It takes a lot to move to New York City. As Frank Sinatra once said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Anyway, she moved out within 6 months, and now she's a teacher at an eikaiwa where the slogan is, if you can't make it anywhere, you might be able to make it here. We have had a lot of fun tonight at the expense of the queer community, because why not? We're terrible. But no, I just think, it really does take courage to come out later in life. And I know that it was a long, winding journey for you, sleeping with men, faking your attraction for women, drunkenly downloading Grindr. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that's your husband's story.
Take back everything I said about gay people. No,
This battle had everything.
it was fucking catty and mean.
It had clowns. It had Frank Sinatra references. It had homophobia.
I felt like I was watching like a real true like behind the scenes housewives thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where they all get them at the dance at the end of the season. They all start fighting on stage.
Yeah, it was very catty. But
I was learning secrets.
also, I like that the homophobia came from Sean.
Yeah.
Like towards himself.
Yeah.
But like in the best way.
Yeah, I think Flanagan took that one. I really liked it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I thought Kat had some good moments. Like I really liked the no homo joke.
Yeah.
But then she followed it up with an unnecessary tag, and it for me like killed the momentum.
Yeah.
But Sean just hit after hit. I mean, opening with "I'm a majestic butterfly," I instantly was like, "Yes, you are."
Well, it's also fun to see because we're so not stringent, but it's like there is a set way you do things here at the Belly Room Roast Battle, and it's fun to see all these different iterations, and you get to see kind of the way people kind of do it in their own way or their own style. And in a sense, I'm so rigid.
Yeah.
But I love watching that where you're like, oh, you're taking your time, or you're kind of trying to do something different, and I appreciate the try, and I like the difference or the differences in styles.
I agree. I think he was very successful in changing the structure or format that we are used to in the Belly Room. And sometimes it doesn't go well.
No, absolutely.
And he really figured a way to make it his own, and I really enjoyed both of them. Really would like to see a lot more of Sean, and again, more gay battles.
Absolutely.
I want more gay
More
battles.
gay battles.
That's the new chant. All right, are we ready for our number 2 battle, Frank?
Yeah.
Okay, our number 2 battle is coming out of New York again. That's 2 New Yorks this week. We have Gabby Jordan Brown versus John Ajota.
John Ajota has a sad and weird face that all but guarantees he will die alone.
Gabby's mother is from South Africa, which personally I don't think excuses her frequent usage of the N-word. Look it up, it's on YouTube. Right. She won't stop saying it. She whispered it in my ear before the show started.
That was a sex thing, I'm sorry. John and his mom are both conspiracy theorists. John's mom is actually a flat earther, but John's conspiracy is that women can't come in bed.
Gabby is a Jewish lesbian, a kike dyke, if you will. She likes to eat pussy because it tastes like gefilte fish.
Thank you, guy who jerks off to Reaganomics. John is the Indian comic all new female comedians want to fuck until they find out who Sama Sadiq is.
Listen, shouldn't you be bonding with a horse somewhere? But listen, Gabby plays in a recreational softball league because look at her. But her position is she plays the soft ball.
John is Indian and Italian, which means it doesn't count as a sex crime if it's in your arranged marriage.
Can you commit a sex crime against your own property? No. First of all, but Gabby, if you're here, who's writing quippy signs at the abortion rally?
Oh
my
man,
God.
this was fucking tough. Both of them so good, joke after joke.
Holy buckets.
I thank God I didn't have to pick, because
Yeah.
that is like every single one of them had a really good joke that was one well written and a different point of view of like every single thing. Like, God, the softball joke, the fucking and her jokes just about, or the gefilte fish joke was amazing. All the jokes that he did too, and all the little rebuttals, like those are 2 fantastic comics.
Oh, that, like, everything about it was perfect. I
Yeah.
can't, like, I feel so stupid just echoing exactly what you just said.
But I mean, it's hard to like comment on how perfect something is when you see it done so well.
Yeah, it had everything that we talk about on this podcast. It had well-written jokes. Well-written jokes. It had well-written jokes that were concise. They cut out the fat. They were having fun on stage together. They both were in the pocket, as we say.
The cool little riffs for each other thing.
The riffs.
The N-word thing was so funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, that joke went on for so long, and then she
to
tagged
pin it
it.
on, and to pin it on her, and to kind of like put her in a corner, and then also for her to be like, to have like a cool little out.
She juked out of it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's
Oh my God.
that's so nice. Listen, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this, but
Are you gonna say the N-word?
No. Anyways, the LA battlers. I love LA.
Mm-hmm.
I do love LA, but I do think that there's a big resurgence happening with Roast Battle and all these shows like Chicago and all these other places. All these young comics are taking it super seriously.
Yeah.
And they're all getting really fucking good.
Yeah.
And I love LA, but I think a lot of the good LA guys either now working on shows, like,
Yes.
or they're just busy. So the pool that we have in LA, it's a lot of young comics. I love them. But I think LA's probably got one of the weaker pools of comics right now.
I don't want to agree, so that I'm just going to say that. But I do think that these cities are so strong. Like
Making
that.
it real hard for LA right now.
Yes, and right now that you brought it up, LA was last week on top of the rankings. We were number 1. I don't think we will be after this week, especially with this kind of talent coming out. Like, cities, when you send us your battles, they're so good.
Yeah, man. And it's one of these things like people in LA should look at these battles and then try to get better. And I'm not saying that they don't have it in them. It's just, it's a young talent pool right now. And I think it's off to the races, dog. I'm really excited to see what this league's gonna start pushing out.
Yeah, and I think you touched on it where like the class, like the first wave of battlers has moved on to writing jobs and other things. And so I think part of the struggle we're having in LA specifically is these new up and coming battlers don't have these older, really, really good, well, like seasoned battlers to go up against because they're just not around, they're not available. And that's what you really need to like push you to that next level. You know, like I remember my first battle against Dan Nolan was like terrifying because he's
good.
He's so good. And that was when it was like, okay, now I have to level up. And then every person after that just scared the crap out of me.
And it should. You got to challenge yourself.
Yeah. So
no easy battles.
You know, if you're in LA and you can't get an OG to come back and battle you, go to Chicago, go to New York.
Yeah.
Go to Tokyo because
invite someone out. Come on, fucking make it tough.
Yeah. Anyway, that was delightful. All right, our number 1 battle, which I can't wait for because based on the number 2 and number 3, I mean all of the battles today, but like specifically the number 2 and number 3, this one is.
This is gonna be those 2 battles are hard to top. So to see what this next one's gonna be, I'm very excited.
I can't wait. This one comes out of the UK. I almost did an accent and I didn't. It comes out of the UK. It is Joe versus Hugh.
Hugh Peacock, more like Tiny Teacock. Hugh has high blood pressure, except for in his penis. Hugh's from Ireland. Let's roast this potato.
He tells us he works in film, but all he really wants to do is remake Home Alone, but where the kid gets caught real early.
Hugh is a rugby player. He's proof that chasing your dreams does not count as exercise. He learned how to tackle smaller people from the priests. However, he had to retire after he got a nasty gash on his head. His mum's. Hopefully you don't turn into have brain injury. I know how much you don't like vegetables.
Joe's dad was actually the oldest man to row across the Atlantic. Now, he still hasn't returned. But Joe was actually delighted when he left because it meant he got to sleep next to his mother again. A lot of people say they have mental health problems. Joe's actually speak for themselves. Joe's actually transitioning right now from Hobbit to full Gollum.
Stupid fat hobbits! He works in recruitment. He currently has a massive opening. After years of being an altar boy, he specifies is in construction, but also looks for firefighters, policemen, red Indians, and cowboys. Bam, bam, bam. It's fun to stay at the YMIRA. It's fun to stay at the YMIRA. They have everything for men to enjoy. If you dress as a priest, you can hang out with boys. It wasn't fun for Hugh to stay at the YMIRA. Not fun for him to stay at the YMIRA. He'll never be clean, no matter how much he's cropped. You three got there a little too late.
When you look at Joe, you can't help but think of somebody happily ambling through the countryside before getting brutally raped and murdered by Joe Murphy.
The worst flogging Molly concert I've ever seen. That was fun, dude. I love accents. I'm a big fan of accents. So this was in the UK?
That was in the UK. I'm fairly certain Hugh is Irish.
Yeah, I love a good IRA reference. I fucking listen, dog. I love it.
This was a very this started off so British of just like you have low blood pressure in your penis.
Yeah. It was like, man, it was like the UK versus Ireland. It's something we've always wanted. You know what I mean? That's the old school, dog.
It reminded me of our number 5 battle in that it started very like kids on the playground of like, you have a penis, and I'm saying penis. I just want to say penis as many times as possible.
Especially with that accent? Absolutely.
It's so funny. I thought
Songs are hard.
Songs are hard. And I would agree, like, Hugh said a priest joke first, and then Joe had a priest joke, and then the song that also had a priest joke. And I thought it's hard to like tag the, because you're taking away the reason a priest joke is funny is because it's shocking, right?
Yeah,
if it's already been addressed in that battle, it's lost its shock.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought he got it back with the song, but I do think the song went on too long.
You're really kicking a dead priest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. You're just looking at me like you want more from me, and I gave it exactly what it deserved. They had such a fun back and forth. Again, I think this episode is just top to bottom people having fun together on stage, which is kind of in contrast to what we watched last week. We had a lot of battles that were like technically good, but they were missing that like fun repertoire together.
And it's so important in a good battle.
And by repertoire, I mean repartee. Guys, I don't know if you know
Speaking French now, dog?
There is a nationwide Adderall shortage, and I am struggling. Anyway, any other like final
That's it,
comments
man. I
about
loved it. This was a great episode. I loved watching all the battles. All the battlers were great.
I think this is one of the best episodes battle-wise we've had. Like just top to bottom, this was flawless. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Frank Castillo. Everybody, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Frank Castillo, and I have a bunch of podcasts. I do Peaked, Masonic Smoker podcast, and I'm always at the store. So yeah,
perfect. So if you want to find him, literally go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull up. No.
That scared me a little bit. As always, I'm Sarah Keller. Thank you for checking in to RBL Weekly. Catch us next week. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. We don't have a Facebook, but if we did, you could like us on it. Follow me at Sarah Keller 07. Thanks. Hopefully Pat will be back next week.